Well, we have a guest today.
Yeah, it was all my doing because I reached out to Gravity because I was like, we need to have this legendary queen on
First
our
of all, I'm the one that said we should get Gravity, and then you reached out.
That's not true. That's literally
Y'all
not
can
true.
go back and listen on the podcast. Anyway, Gravity.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce my guests. Ladies and gentlemen, listeners of Sibling Watchery, please welcome to our podcast this episode the very beautiful and very talented Gravity Balmain.
Gravity, what are your pronouns?
Hi. Hello. My pronouns are either he, him, or they, them. I don't really mind either way. And yeah, I'm super excited to be here. And thank you to both of you for reaching out to me.
Gravity, no. Gravity, do not let Bob bully you into a lie. I was going to reach out.
Speaking from his own mind. Gravity, you're trying to bully Gravity into Gravity is speaking. Gravity is a very strong person who can speak from their own mind.
Thank you.
Okay, honey.
Anyway,
if you follow Gravity on TikTok, you would know that Gravity is very.
I do follow Gravity on TikTok, so boom. Anyway, we all
Gravity is from the winning house of season 1 of Legendary. What was your experience like winning season 1 of Legendary?
It was great. It was weird because the final episode was the first episode where COVID restrictions and everything came in.
Right, I remember that.
Right, and so that's clearly what they did for basically every single episode of the new season. But back then, they didn't know what they were doing. Like, it was very like, oh, what's a mask? Like, they had like a 300% party afterwards. That was
Okay, so the season started airing at the beginning of last year, the beginning of 2020, and then the pandemic happened. So when did y'all film the finale of last year?
We filmed from late January to like mid-March or so. So right when we were wrapping filming was when like things really started to pick up, and we were filming like in Connecticut, but also like New York City around then. So it really was like, that's kind of the first place it hit in the United States. So we definitely had,
Gravity, just for the people, because again, a lot of us watching Legendary, yes, we know ballroom stuff, but let me speak for myself. I'm not a ballroom aficionado, so sometimes the judges say a lot of stuff, and we're all like, "But I thought I saw this." So in every choreographed performance, you guys, it's safe to say that they want to see every element of ballroom, right? Like hand performance floor, duck walk. And every performance that should be in, unless they want something specifically highlighted.
I don't know exactly what direction they gave them this time around. For us, there were very specific challenges where it was like, this is very specifically a Vogue challenge. So for that reason, you need to showcase all 5 elements. But for all of ours, I think first season, they were still figuring things out. So I don't really know where they are now, but a lot of them, it was like, oh, this category is, like bizarre high fashion. You can have Vogue, but you don't need to have Vogue. So it really depends on the category. But it seems like this season, they are really stressing, like, have everything.
Yeah. And then another question I have, Gravity, from your original season is that, so it seems like, well, this season not so much, but last season, some like a lot of the houses met for the first time when they did the show. It was was that what we were seeing, or was that not true? And speak to that experience.
So a lot of the original houses from season 1, a lot of us came from LA. So I knew everyone from LA, obviously, and I knew like members of, especially the more well-known members from other houses. There were definitely people there that I didn't know immediately, but like for the most part, it was like filling in the gaps as opposed to like meeting a bunch of people for the first time. I think with season 2, the thing is you have some houses that are a lot more experienced, they're a lot more kind of tenured within Ballroom, and they will probably all know each other. Like people know everyone in Miyake Mugler because they're all legends or up and coming legends. Whereas like a house like Lux is like very newly formed. So a lot of them probably did not know the members of the House of Lux because they formed like 3 months ago. So, yeah.
Got it.
Now, I don't know if you're comfortable judging the judges, Gravity.
Okay,
but
Gravity, let them have it.
No one's safe on Watchery, honey.
Of course.
Yeah. So, let's look at La Roche. La Roche is like a Ken doll, which, I mean, does Ken wear a tuxedo?
Yeah, girl, Ken has like 19, just like this Malibu Barbie, this baseball Barbie, this theater. Ken has all the looks too. I think Law Rose looks great. I love the hair. This wig is
Nobody paying attention to Ken. Law looks great every week. This is a great wig. I also, Monet, okay, what do you think about Law's look, Gravity?
I think it's fine. I think it's interesting. No, I don't have any problems with it. But I'm not sure I would like remember it.
Right.
That, yeah.
But the wig though, the wig was kind.
It was, yeah, the wig was nice.
Yeah.
What do you think about Jamila Jamil? I think she looks great. And I like that she changed her hair, even though she changed her hair up. I mean, when I say a little bit, when I say
It's just
she
large.
just like it's like she just zoomed in on the hair. Like
Jamila looks horrible. I hated the eye makeup. I did not like this
What?
gown. I don't like it. I feel like last week she looked great, and this week, look, her hair don't even look like she even brushed it. Look at this picture of this hair. This hair looked like she picked it. She picked it out the wig bag, and she was like, "I'm ready to go."
Monet,
No.
what are you talking about?
I don't like this look. No.
What do you think of Gravity?
I understand the critiques that are being given, but I also think it kind of fits the theme. Like, yes, it looks like the hair was placed on her head, but also that's how dolls work. So maybe that's the
Gravity, no.
but I love the dress. I think it's great. She really likes the like big gowny silhouettes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She likes
yeah.
what she likes. She does not veer.
No.
She does not veer in silhouette and in that hair. She's like, I'm going to do this, but in a bunch of different fabrics.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about Megan?
I guess Megan just went for a plastic look. It's like the actual look itself is plastic because I don't understand this to be a reference to any toy.
I don't think it's a reference to a toy. She's just doing plastic. She's obviously wearing vinyl.
Yeah.
And I think, and she had the plastic purse, she had the plastic dog, and I think Megan looks great. I think Megan looks, she looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's beautiful. She's really leaning into the y'all gonna know she's from Texas.
Oh, the hat.
Right.
Y'all gonna know. This is like her third or fourth cowboy hat she's worn this
That's
season
also
already.
like her brand. That's like part of her brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at her. I mean, it's like Jamila's brand is that wig, and we're gonna see her in that wig, and we're gonna see Megan in this hat.
And we're gonna see Laura Roach being a cunt.
What do you think of okay? Leomi is okay. Monet, I ran into Leomi's hair person at the store the other day.
Oh, really? He DM'd me.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, Bob, oh my God, you talked about my work on the show, and like, let's do a piece." I'm like, "Girl," because Leomi is so laid this season. She's so
Bitch.
laid,
Leomi leveled the fuck up. She said,
laid on me.
she Gravity, what do you think? I think she looks stunning.
Yeah, she has like consistently looked the best out of any of the judges, like every single episode. Like I think it's one of the highlights of new episodes for me is like seeing what she's gonna wear. I'm really glad they like actually gave her a full team this time. I think she had a team before, but like they really like made sure she was on 100% and it shows.
Yeah,
The team has a team now because she looks slay fucking. Also, I don't think I've ever seen Leomi show this much body on the show before.
Yeah.
Not this much body.
Yeah, true. Yeah. But Amaya Scott, I think she looks great. I don't get, I guess this thing, the bodice is plastic. Like, I don't know what the plastic is. I can't really tell.
She looks like a princess toy or something. I'm just finding out who Amaya Scott is. I did not know who she was. Apparently, she's legendary in the face category in the Southern ballroom scene.
Yeah.
And I mean, I thought that she looked kind of like a Katy Perry pop toy type princess thing. She looks stunning.
Right.
So you get this, but you don't get how Laura Roach is. Okay, anyway. Yeah,
I did not say I didn't get how Laura Roach was. All I said was, has Ken ever worn a tuxedo? You are reaching. You are bendier and stretchier than Gravity Ball Main today. I did not say that on Steve. All I said was, has Ken worn a tuxedo? Gravity, I don't know what Monet's on today, but she is on.
I am not on anything. I'm drunk on Gravity right now, to be honest. I'm very happy he's here. What's his name? Deshaun. Deshaun looks cute. It's clearly like a plastic fabric. Again, I don't know if there's like an exact plastic reference, but I think just the materials of the outfit look a little shiny and plasticky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like pleather, and I guess I'm more interested.
So you're saying that black people can't afford leather? Got it. Okay.
Well, if it is leather, it has nothing to do with the category. Let's put it that way.
Okay, just checking.
If it's leather, it literally has nothing to do with the category. I would rather them do what like Law and Jamila did, which where they like went for a specific like doll type thing instead of just wearing plastic and like Amaya. But Megan and Leomi and Deshaun do look great. I just don't see the. Actually, Leomi kind of looks like a toy. Leomi actually she has like joints.
Yeah.
And the thing. So I do wish that Deshaun and Megan had done a toy because it's obviously toys. So we should go ahead and dive in. Let's talk about Miyake Mugler. So, okay, Miyake Mugler got a 46 from the judges, and they were some sort of a rainbow. The toy was like a rainbow
I
bright.
forget the name of the toy. It's that doll with the I forget the name of it.
Anyway, that being said, I really think they look really. I love these looks. Like, to me, I get the reference right away.
Yeah.
I think they look. What do you think?
I think they're really good. I think they definitely are. Like, the reference is really strong. It's unrelated to the looks, but I wish they would stop doing the voiceovers that are like high pitched child.
I know. I'm gonna go over there.
The first comment was like, "Oh, that's interesting," and then it's getting a little interesting.
Yeah, I like their performance. I thought it was fun and cheeky. I felt like their floor performance parts of it. It felt very like it had great precision.
Yeah,
and I appreciate it. I was like looking at it. It looked super precise, and everyone knew their part, and it looked very uniform and strong.
Yeah, Arturo.
I enjoyed Father. Go ahead, Gravity.
The Arturo, the father. He's like a genius choreographer. I've taken class from him. We know each other. It's like
a word.
He is like a choreographer first. Like, he has done huge production. So it's always going to be on point with Miyake Mugler.
Good to know.
I really enjoyed his entrance. I really enjoyed Father Utaro's entrance. It was absolutely amazing. You know what I don't like? I get that they're toys and they don't have mouths, but I don't like the voiceover without lip syncing.
Yeah.
Or if you're gonna because it's supposed to be an indication that they're the ones making the noise, but it wasn't clear to me. Maybe there's more of a move or something, or even just do this. Yeah. If you want to give the toy vibe, do the up and down. But I was like, I don't know who's supposed to be talking. I don't know who's talking or who's doing what at this point.
Yeah, and then I have a note that I'm fucking Megan up on site because she keep on trying to talk to my man Diego. Megan Thee Stallion, leave Diego alone. Okay, this is from Monet Shane to you, Megan. Leave my motherfucking man alone. Period.
I think Megan might be a little tougher than you. Megan has a song called Shots Fired. You should listen to that before you try to come for Megan. I don't think Megan's scared. I gave them an 8. What did you give them, Monet?
I gave them an 8 as well.
Yeah, I would say an 8.
Mr. Balmain?
An 8.
Work. All right. So our next
the house of the Garcon.
Okay, I have a lot of thoughts about Garcon.
Girl, me too.
My thoughts are there, but they're also all over the place because some of them were like, "Oh my god," and some of them were like, "Oh my god." Okay, first of all, there seems to be a bit of his thing. And when you're working on a TV show, they're so nervous about things being copywritten, so they're like, "We are car toys," and it's like, "Mama, say Transformers." Say Transformers. We're toy cars that turn into robots. Okay, Mama, you're Transformers. Got it.
Yeah.
But I do think that the opening, honestly, Laomi was so on point with this critique. The opening and the closing was like, oh my God, this is so good. But it was a sandwich with great bread, but all the ingredients in the middle were just crap.
Was cold. It was wet.
I agree. It was definitely the beginning and the ending was incredible. The visual was great. It actually worked the way they wanted it to, but it was just really bad in the middle.
I gave them a 7.
I gave them a 7 as well.
Yeah, I think 7 is probably as high as I go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Graham, you just copying off us. Every score we give you.
I'm sorry, you're right. It is what it is.
I'm copying my homework. All right, let's go into
the house of Balenciaga. Girl, I have.
Can I just say real quick, and let me tell you, because you were one of these houses. Is there a point where the other houses are like, we can't win? It's either going to be Balenciaga or Tisci. Why are we still here?
I mean, facts.
What are we trying? At this point, it's clearly
factual.
And this episode really, I feel like this is the episode where someone else could have snuck in. At this point, it is obviously either Balenciaga or Tisci, and everyone else is just hanging out and being like, we're kind of here too.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we'll see, but. The thing is, because of the way the scoring system works, you literally never know, especially when you get to this point, who's in the bottom and who's not. The amount of impact that one of the side categories can have on the scores is so important at this point that you could have the best routine of the night and go home. So it's like,
But girl, like last week, how Mother Shannon got a 10 for the house
I know.
for winning body.
For shaking that donkey. For shaking that donkey.
But her team was in the bottom. It threw the whole thing upside down.
Exactly, yeah.
So here's my thing. I know this I may be being a little too picky, but they said they were paper dolls and they were moving like Barbie dolls. That really, I know that sounds so like.
I think it's the intersection, Bob. They're like paper dolls, but they're obviously portraying Barbie. I think they're trying to.
But why would you say you were paper dolls and then portray Barbie? They'd be like, we're paper dolls, but we're gonna be like paper dolls and Barbie dolls are not even close to being the same thing. So I would have been more interested in them moving like this because this is how a paper doll would move versus doing this, which is, I know that sounds really picky, but I'm kind of like, it was confusing to me.
Well, overall, I was not really blown away by this. I thought it was fine. I said that I liked the story, but again, I think that Mother Shannon still kind of, like, the judges critiqued to ask her to do a little more for this coming week, and she still kind of played the same role. And I also thought that their floor performance wasn't super great. It definitely was not as precise and as dynamic as Mugler's, in my opinion. That being said, I gave them an 8.
I actually gave them a 9 because I thought that they were great at playing their strings. I just didn't like the whole, I was just confused by them representing two different toys at once. It just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I would also give them a 9. I think with regards to the wardrobe, from what I understand, it's a reference to 2 separate Moschino runway shows, one of which was the Barbie collection, and then one of which was like the paper or cardboard cutout dolls, which is where the like white squares coming off things are. So I think they like tried to combine them both into one reference, and it maybe got a little confusing for that reason, but they were like paper or plastic dolls, I guess.
Let's go on down to I'm sorry now. I'm not trying to pick. It's hard to not pick favorites, but goddamn it, Tisci is just holy shit.
Every fucking week. Every week. It's insane.
I've said it before. Mother G is the mother of mothers. She got these kids to fucking gather. And I know, from what I understand, aren't they like a brand new house?
I don't think they're brand new. No, they just like haven't really debuted together in Ballroom. Well, they have, but it's like they aren't like a ballroom house in the same way that like Mugler or Balenciaga is, where like everyone knows them as this like unit of the Tiscis. But they're all like well known in their own regards, and they've all been around for a while.
Bitch, the house of Tisci, they fucking ate. They did not leave a single crumb anywhere for anyone. I want to say, like, their heels are on everybody's necks in this competition, and it was just such a beautiful concept. It was so entertaining. The way that they featured 4 performances, like when they all made that cog and they all like turning to, and it made Mother Gia turn. Oh, that was
great when they like were around her feet and they were like doing the in and out, and then the mortar when one of them picked up the other one and shot them like a
fucking bazooka.
I was like, there's so like, I don't know if Mother G is choreographing or if they're all collaborating or what.
Oh yeah, Gravity, tell us about that. Do you think is the choreo all coming from the house, or how much does Tanisha help?
So it really depends on the house. For the houses who have parents or who have members who are choreographers, like Mugler or like Tisci, my guess is that they're doing 95% of the work themselves, and then maybe they're getting edits, they're getting like, maybe you should do this because of the way the cameras are, like very much like fitting the choreo to the show, not creating it from scratch. But for some of the houses who maybe don't have anyone that has that dance experience or that choreography experience, that's where they really are able to pick up the slack and say like, this looks bad, you should do this.
Do you want to give a score to them, Gravity?
Well, I gave them a 10. It was a 10.
Oh, it's a 10.
Yeah, I gave them a 10.
Every time.
Yeah, for sure. 10.
Yeah, like, duh. To quote Tisci, duh, it was a 10.
Tisci, duh.
Moving on to Arichi. Okay, this was actually my favorite idea. Like, the marionettes are a great idea. Also, this maquillage,
the makeup was
this
great.
maquillaje, bitch, they look like wood. Like, this makeup was so killer. I love the looks. I love the concept. cannot say the same for the rest of this, everything else.
Yeah, I said it wasn't dynamic. I agree with the judges. There wasn't anything about their performance that was like, oh my God, work. It was all just waiting for it to happen the whole time. Then it was over.
Things that seemed really obvious. One, there should have been a puppet master. Why was one of the puppets the puppet? Why would a puppet be a puppet master? I know that sounds like I'm being too but like at one point, puppet was controlling the other puppets.
Yeah, Gillette was supposed to be the puppet master.
But she was a puppet.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm like, that literally does not make any sense. That's my opinion, but what do I know?
gave the House of Arichi a 7.
I gave them a 7 too.
You gave them a 72?
I also gave them a 7. Because I did love their makeup. I love their looks. I love the idea of using marionettes. So I like everything except the execution.
Work.
Yeah,
What'd you give them,
also would say, not to copy you, but yeah, I would also say a 7.
Let me see your paper.
My favorite part of the entire performance was when they were getting judged and Remy was just like fully in character still and like changing poses and no one else was, and yet he kept doing it. I was like, you have to commit to the bit, I guess.
So now we have 2 little categories. We're doing runway. So they have the runway
European
as a
runway,
house.
not just runway, European runway.
European runway. They have to do a house with just 2 or more people
2 or
walking
3
in perfect unison at the same time. I don't know how much time they have to do this, but some of these were so out of sync. I was like, "There's no way you rehearsed."
The House of Garcon, they walked out and it literally looked like the Three Stooges. One did the one thing, one went down, it was the messiest one.
I was like, "What?" Yeah, that's it.
The thing about runway in coordination is runway is not something that happens like on the beat. In Ballroom, like it's very much an internal rhythm. So if you are a pro at it and it syncs up with other people who know what they're doing, it all works. It all comes together. But if you have people who are on different rhythms, just because it's like that's how they walk, it's like it's going to be super, super hard to get it together. Because it's like also like they don't have prepared music for these mini challenges. Like they just play a beat and you have to go. So it's like you have to tie it to music and beats and counts and really exist.
I hear you, but I feel like I could walk on beat. Like I just feel like I would be able to walk on beat.
But it's not just the beat though, because I think what Gravity is saying is that it's not just walking on beat. I'm sure a lot of people they vogue, so they all probably have a nice internal rhythm. But it's like the vibe, and it's like everyone getting in that same feel together, not just the beat, but everyone taking the same strides together. You know?
Yeah. I would say to be safe, bitch, let's walk on the beat, because what Garcon was doing was wild. Bitch, let's walk on beat, because obviously we can't get on the same footing.
Yeah, and also Mugler again, they weren't stellar either, and I did not think that Balenciaga did a great job either. When they got 10s, I was like, really?
Well, they got 10s by default because they won the previous.
Oh, right, that's why. Yeah, great.
What do you think, Gravity?
I think that for me, Tisci's were by far the best in their 10s in their presentation. I liked Arichi too. I think they probably were like slightly off, but they also had like a lot of things going on with their costumes. So it may have just been like the wind. Yeah, I don't know if Balenciaga.
Outside?
Yeah.
It was outside, not the wind.
That was where they had fans and shit, and also because they had those things on, and when they did those pivot, turn, and step, it looks really good, and with all the things at the top, like the little puppet strings, I thought it looked great. I really enjoyed it. So for the first European runway, Tisci, Balenciaga, and Arichi go on, and then we have for the next round of European runway, we had Balenciaga versus Gillette. Balenciaga versus Arichi. And I thought that Gillette turned it. I did not understand what was going on when he said when Balenciaga won that. I did not get it.
I agree.
Gillette turned it.
If I remember thinking to myself, well, I guess.
And then for the second round, it was Balenciaga versus Tisci, and I do think even this one too. I thought Mother Gia beat her. I did not. And again, I am a Balenciaga stan. Every week I'm screaming their name. Huh?
In the runway?
Yeah, I thought that Gia beat Cha Cha in this.
So now they do the next category, which is duck walk. Now, how is your duck walking, Gravity?
Oh, it's everything. I love his duck walking.
It's good. It's not.
Would you have won this duck walk round?
I would not have gotten chopped. I'll say that. But I'm not going to confidently say that I would have won.
Duck walk is my favorite category. It just also for two reasons. It looks fucking great. Two, I just cannot. My knees are not able to sustain the centrifugal force of my big ass body to bob up and down. And it's an anomaly to me. And I love
Garcon's little airplane move.
Yeah.
Like the fact they had those wings, just like I was like, oh my god, this is great. I get that it's just how it goes, but like it just seems unfair that Simone had to stay and duck walk for basically
3 rounds.
Yeah, that made no sense.
I'm like,
give
girl,
this thing a break. Let this thing take a lap. Something.
I'm like, call the doctor, and girl, her knees are probably fucked up. I thought that Mugler's duck walk was good. Like their thing was cute. Garcon was cute. I think Father Omari. I don't know what it is, but his duck walk just looks so fierce and so cunt. And I thought he had the best one of the night. I'm not too sure how he didn't win. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Maybe they were just considering the fact that she had been out there so long. Because by the end, she was fatigued. Like I saw, she started doing a little floor work to like take a break from duck. Like you saw it, she was like, let me just do a little bit of this, a little bit of this.
Yeah.
So at the end of the night, Simone wins. Tisci wins the entire. They are the superior house. They won $25,000 on this evening. Gravity, who are you rooting for?
Yes,
season?
Gravity, spill that tea. Spill beans. Who's the tea? Who you rooting for?
Personally, I think the two houses that I don't even know. The three, no.
Two.
The one, okay, if I had to choose one, it would be Tisci. Gia is like my second ballroom mother, basically. She really like saw me grow from nothing because she's in LA. She's an LA girl. So she saw me start out and I was bad. And she like very much pulled me aside and was like, do this, stop doing this, da-da-da-da. She's always been in my corner. So for that reason alone, and I love all of the Tiscis, and they're also just like consistently doing incredibly. But they're definitely like my number one house for the season.
Okay. Who do you see going home next?
Wow. No Sade.
I think literally any one of them could go home. And I mean that with full certainty. Because like at this point, you do not know.
Gravity's trying to get Miss Congeniality this season, honey.
Gravity Congeniality Balmain.
Listen, the thing is I also like no. So
yeah. Got it. Gravity, please tell us where can we find you on the social medias? Any projects you have that you want to plug? I know you do your voguing classes online.
Yes. So I'm pretty much Gravity Balmain everywhere. In my Instagram bio link, whatever, you can find a link to $5 Vogue classes that I do. They're all online. They're like video on demand. So you just buy them and you have access forever, whatever. But I also have a bunch of free tutorials on YouTube and TikTok if you're interested in that. But yeah, so that's me.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you everyone for joining us for Sibling Watchery. Join us next week. We'll be reviewing episode 7, where anyone can go home. Girl, hopefully
they send Bob home next week. That's my hope.
I'm gonna say this right now. If for any reason Tisci goes home at any point soon, bitch, riots.
Well, Gravity and I will be getting lunch soon. And Bob, you're not invited. Bob swears I don't invite him to any of my engagements with friends in LA. Gravity just silent.
Cool, Monet.
Gravity, thank you so much for coming, for real. We really appreciate it. This is so fun having you on Sibling Watchery.
Thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed being here.
Cool.
All right, peace, everyone.
All right, goodbye.